Hey everyone, how's it going? For today's video, let's take an up-close and personal, in-depth look at the Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. And this is going to be a detailed, in-depth review of the Lightning. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip, and go over the performance data, and show you many of the unique aspects of the interior as well as exterior. And before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to extend a big thanks and special shout out to Cosmo Motors located in Hickory, North Carolina for providing the SVT Lightning featured in today's in-depth review. For more information about their dealership, including contact info and current inventory, please feel free to check out their website located in the description box below. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up, let her run. This Lightning's exterior is finished in bright silver metallic paired with an SVT exclusive interior with combination of soft light gray cloth and dark gray leather that features a kind of a woven pattern. SVT logo stitched onto the back of the headrest with an overall racier look than a standard F-150 interior. The SVT Lightning features smooth, recirculating ball power assist steering with a ratio of 14:1 and 3.3 turns to lock, routed through a 4-spoke black leather-wrapped steering wheel with your cruise control located at either side of the airbag cover. The standard transmission is Ford's 4R100 4-speed automatic with electronic overdrive. Borrowed from the Super Duty lineup, this robust gearbox was chosen for being well known for better durability and high-demand applications. It routes the immense power and torque to the rear wheels through a 9 3/4-inch rear axle with traction-locked limited-slip differential. 2001 received a few performance enhancements, including a shorter 3.73 axle ratio and a 4.5-inch aluminum drive shaft, but more on that later in the video. And so, we're going to flip on the automatic halogen headlamps, fog lamps, and the hazards. The driver's side window is automatic down, and we're going to check out the exterior. The thirst for performance is never ending. It has no boundaries or limits to its applications. No matter how much or how little the degree of power, it's about creativity and engineering. The level of uniqueness and lasting social impact determines if the vehicle's execution is worthy of being called an icon of its segment. Being named the world's fastest production truck of its time by the Guinness Book of World Records surely solidified Ford's SVT Lightning as something special. Introduced for the 1999 model year, the all-new second-generation Lightning took the successes and uniqueness of its predecessor, produced from 1993 through 1995, and turned the dial straight past 11. As before, the formula was simple. Cram a big motor into the smallest body available, tune the suspension, and let it rip. Only for the second go-around, SVT loaded the Lightning with so much more with enough power and capability to really live up to its name. While it may not make sense to some, creating a sport truck with the performance of a Mustang, it creates a more diverse lineup with a variety of choices to fit many personalities and needs. I personally think the concept is amazing. Sure, it's different, but it's that kind of unsuspected difference that creates an epic sleeper vehicle in the all-important stoplight wars. The second generation SVT Lightning was produced from 1999 through 2004. It's based on an XLT F-150 regular cab flare side with a 6-foot 6-inch short bed and a numerous amount of SVT upgrades that set it apart from the standard truck, not to mention to give it a dynamic stance. For starters, the Lightning rides lower than the standard half-ton truck by 1.5 inches in front and 2 inches in the rear. Up front, SVT added a more aggressive bumper cover with twin integrated fog lamps. The upper and lower grills feature a blade-like design finished in dark gray. One of the most standout upgrades are the clear lens headlamps up front and rear, a new feature in the later models, not only adding towards a modern look, but gives it a bit of a sporty appearance as well. Across the side profile, unique lower skirts project from the rockers and extend towards the rear painted bumper. All in all, it visually lowers the truck even further with an overall ground clearance around 6.7 inches. The coolest feature by far were the twin ceramic exhaust pipes that stuck out from the passenger side. This example we have here features a custom Borla setup. Also available from the factory was a Class 3 trailer hitch for added usability, in addition to an optional tonneau cover, but this one seen here has an aftermarket unit. While the first-gen Lightning had impressive performance for its day, 240 horsepower from a warmed-over 5.8-liter V8 that could achieve 60 miles an hour in about 7.2 seconds, the real heart and soul of the second-generation Lightning was an all-new, highly modified version of Ford's 5.4-liter Triton V8, paired with the 112 cubic inch or 1.8-liter Eaton Roots-type belt-driven supercharger, putting out 8 psi of boost with a water-to-air intercooler. The intercooler lowers the temperature of the charged air, making it more dense before combustion. The single overhead cam engine features an iron block and aluminum heads, an 8.4:1 compression ratio, 2 valves per cylinder, and a redline of 5,250 RPM. Inside, SVT upgraded many of the components for high-performance duty. Changes include forged pistons and stronger wrist bends, which leads to a drop in idle compression compared to the naturally aspirated engine. Other forged components include the crankshaft and connecting rods. Between 1999 and 2000, the Lightning produced 360 horsepower at 4,750 RPM and 440 pound-feet of torque at 3,250 RPM. This translated to a 0 to 60 time around 5.6 seconds, with quarter-mile times averaging around 14 seconds at 96.5 miles an hour. For 2001, SVT updated the Lightning to deliver even better performance. Changes include an increase in 20 horsepower and 10 pound-feet of torque, yielding totals of 380 and 450 pound-feet respectively, from the supercharged V8 thanks to a larger mass airflow meter and improved airflow to the intake and within the manifold. Enhancing power delivery is a shorter 3.73:1 final drive ratio compared to 1999 and 2000, which featured a 3.55:1 ratio. This leads to significant improvements in acceleration and bringing 0 to 60 times closer to the 5-second mark. The aluminum drive shaft also gains an inch in diameter for 2001. Other than that, not much else changed over the years aside from payload, colors, and various equipment upgrades. Even though it's designed for performance, it can still tow up to 5,000 pounds. Originally coming with a payload limit of 800 pounds, it was increased in 2003 to be able to carry up to 1,350 pounds. As far as fuel economy, the Lightning carries a 25-gallon tank and requires premium gas. With this in mind, the EPA rates the Lightning between 12 miles to a gallon in the city and 15 on the highway. The SVT Lightning featured a unique wheel and tire package, larger and wider than its predecessor and designed with a larger contact patch for superior handling over a standard truck. This includes a wicked-looking set of 18 by 9.5-inch 5-spoke cast aluminum wheels, wrapped in 295/45 high-performance low-pro tires, able to hold an impressive 0.87 G of lateral acceleration. Bringing the truck to a stop are larger and beefier 4-wheel internally ventilated disc brakes measuring 12.1 inches in front with 2 piston calipers and 13.1 inches in the rear with single piston calipers. With this setup, the Lightning has been tested to stop from 60 miles an hour in an average of 131 feet. In designing the suspension, SVT employed a number of unique parts to make the Lightning more stable and composed than your run-of-the-mill F-150. It features unequal length double wishbones in front, unique spec coil springs, higher rate Bilstein shocks, and a 31mm stabilizer bar. Out back, a durable 5-leaf spring set up on either side and a solid live axle was used, in addition to staggered Bilstein gas shocks that helped reduce axle warp caused by the immense torque, not to mention a 23mm stabilizer bar. With only 43% of the weight residing out back, SVT did everything they could to control power delivery, but this also makes the perfect concoction for a true burnout machine. Overall length is 208 inches, with a width of 79.1 inches and a height of 70.9 inches, on a total wheelbase of 119.8 inches. Curb weight, as you see here, is around 4,670 pounds. The interior of the SVT Lightning wasn't that much different from an XLT trim F-150, featuring good ergonomics, spacious layout, and no center console. Build quality still reminds you of the vehicle's basic truck origins, with softer touch plastics sparsely found throughout, including the armrest and unique dark gray woven door panel accents that complement the seat inserts. The rest of the interior is still relatively utilitarian, with all of your basic accessories including power windows, locks, and mirrors located on the door. Like we briefly touched on earlier, the SVT features unique seats and materials that give off a racier look, with a combination of soft gray cloth and woven pattern for the dark gray leather, while still being able to fit up to 3 passengers. The bolstered bucket designs provide a greater level of lateral support and grip across the sides, while still having plenty of padding to be pretty comfortable overall. Through a combination of power and manual adjustments across the sides, you're able to customize it to your body type and even adjust the lumbar for the driver. The SVT logo is also proudly stitched in the back of each fixed headrest. The seatbelts are also adjustable, all-weather protection for the carpet floor mats including the dead pedal, and a manual tilting steering wheel. To the left-hand side of the instrument cluster you have all of your lighting controls including your display dimmer. Like many trucks of this era, the dash is nice and broad, very clean, and easy to understand. It's all finished off with a gray headliner with some storage up top and illumination. So let's go ahead and see how she sounds. So we'll go ahead and shut her up. The SVT Lightning came standard with an AM/FM cassette tape radio, but as an option, or one of the only 3 options, was a 6-disc CD changer mounted in the rear storage compartment, which I'll show a little later in the video. Very simple controls like any Ford radio of this era. Both the driver and passenger side A-pillars feature grip handles, large padded visors with auxiliary sunshades, so you can put this one over here and that one in front of your face. Not to mention illuminated vanity mirrors, manually dimming review mirror, and a little driver information system up top that displays your outside temperature, either in Fahrenheit or Celsius, and the direction. Not to mention a little bit of extra storage up top for sunglasses and the like. This one back here is actually for a garage door opener. So if you Velcro in one right there, you take out these little pegs and put them in the little holes right here wherever the button is. So then when you close it and you want to open your garage, you just push up on the console. Interior illumination and reading lamps, a grip handle up top there, 2 coat hooks, and the sliding portion of the middle window. If desired, you can fold up this center console if you want to sit 3 people up here. Just grab the little handle right there to release the lock and flip it. Otherwise, you have a cup holder in the middle and a good amount of storage. The standard radio, pretty much seen in every Ford of this era, has preset stations down below there, rewind, fast forward, AM, FM, CD player if equipped, tape, muting the radio, and other radio controls like your equalizer and more. Down below, very simple climate controls, temperature in the middle, fan speed to the left, different zones, and front defrost off to the right. Down below here is an extra 12-volt power outlet and a lighter, and your pop-out cup holders right here with a removable ashtray. You can also turn your passenger airbag off right there if you didn't have one sitting over there. Cruise control located at either side of the steering, your lighting, interior lighting dimmer, and SVT specific gauges with a white face. You also have a supercharged boost pressure meter up top. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and shut her down. And check out the rest of the vehicle. The passenger seat features manual adjustment only, just recline and sliding, no extra lumbar or anything like that. And your CD player located within the little hideaway storage cubby. Pretty good sized glove box down below. Ford's SVT Lightning was a unique execution in performance and all-out muscle. While the concept of a sport truck is nothing new, before the Ram SRT-10 hit the streets, the Lightning was the king of the segment, basically the world's fastest production truck for around $30,000. Quite enticing for someone to look for that extra bit of unique back in the day, and even today on the second-hand market. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.